everyone, my name is Amanda Southard and my project is called Stop Youth Vaping. So what am I advocating for? I'm advocating to stop our youth from vaping because it is very damaging to their bodies and it is not something that they should think is cool. My vision for this project is to educate the younger generation about vaping, what it does to you and why it should be stopped. I am targeting the younger generation, specifically junior high through high school, because I believe that is where the problem starts. So my goals and objectives, my first one is to educate our youth. I want to be able to fully educate them so they know about what vaping is, how it affects them, how it affects their bodies. My second one is to spread awareness. I hope my project can spread awareness about this issue to not only our youth, but to others around them. My third one is to decrease usage. Hopefully, I can be able to decrease the use of vapes by teens. And then my fourth one is give real statistics. Most people don't know much about vaping, so hopefully my project will be able to educate everyone. So this is my SMART, my specific. We would want to spread awareness by gaining thousands of followers on our social media accounts and having people help stop this issue. My measurable, we could watch our follower count go up and start posting ways about how the community can help spread this knowledge and spread this issue around to not only their youth in their community, but to youth all around the world. My attainable, we could have our followers send us pictures or stories of how they helped their youth community, and then we could be able to post statistics about how our project has helped. My realistic, this project will take some time to grow, so we as a project need to do as much as we can when we're still small, like going to those schools, sponsoring those events, and then hopefully that will help us grow. My time, projects always have to start out small and then grow. So hopefully within a year's time, we could have many people talking about it and, wanting to help spread awareness around the world and, places that we aren't able to go to. So what is today's situation? First thing, laws. I think it was back in 2016 where it became you needed to be 21 in order to purchase any nicotine or tobacco products. So then the first law that I have is check photo ID of everyone under 27 who attempts to purchase an e-cigarette. Only sell e-cigarettes to customers 21 or above. Do not sell e-cigarettes in a vending machine unless you're in an adult-only facility. Do not give away free samples of e-cigarettes, and do not display advertisements for e-cigarettes without a warning statement. And what that warning statement means is by putting, this has nicotine in it and, may cause cancer, those warning statements like that. So the trends, e-cigarettes are very popular among our youth. Their use has grown dramatically in the last 5 years. And when I say 5 years, I meant starting from 2011 is where I got this source from. Today, more high school students use e-cigarettes than regular cigarettes. The use of e-cigarettes is higher among high school students than it is adults. And so then right here, I have this chart. Oh, I don't know if you can see. I can move this really quick. I have this chart. You can see in 2011 it's very low, and then as the years go on it gets higher and higher, and especially for high school students it is at an all-time high. So some statistics about e-cigarettes among U.S. youth. Among middle and high school students, 3.6 million are current users of e-cigarettes in 2020. More than 8 out of 10 current youth users say they use it because of the flavors like fruit, mint, candy, and menthol flavors. According to a 2013-2014 survey, 81% of current youth e-cigarette users cited the availability of appealing flavors as their primary reason of use. E-cigarettes are a $2.5 billion company in the United States. In a recent national survey, it showed that 10% of U.S. youth believe e-cigarettes cause no harm, 62% believe they cause little or some harm, and 28% believe that they cause a lot of harm when they are used some days, but not every day. Young people who believe e-cigarettes cause no harm are more likely to use e-cigarettes than those who believe that e-cigarettes cause a lot of harm. So some history about e-cigarettes. They entered the market in 2003, and they continued to rise from there. And then Juul came into the market in 2015 and became the most popular e-cigarette among the youth. On January 2nd, 2020, the FDA banned flavored pods, such as those that are used in Juuls. So now the only flavor that there was tobacco flavor. After that ban, disposable vapes became popular. So for example, there was Puff and, other disposable ones. Refillable vapes also became popular after the ban. They became popular in 2015, but then after the ban, it surged even higher. Puff bars and other disposable vapes were warned on July 20th, 2020. The FDA sent out a warning to disposable vape makers to remove their product because in 2019, it became a law that they needed to register their product before they sent it out on the shelves, and Puff and other disposable vapes did not do that, so they needed to remove their product. So how did we get here? So the question is, how did our youth become so addicted to these e-cigarettes? In a 2016 National Youth Tobacco Survey, they found that there were 3 main reasons why our youth started using these vapes. The first one was because a friend or family member used them. The second one was the availability of flavors such as mint, candy, fruit, chocolate, all those, nice flavors instead of tobacco. And then the third reason was the belief that e-cigarettes are less harmful than other forms of tobacco, such as cigarettes. So showing these facts, it shows that we are not educating our youth about these e-cigarettes, because most know that cigarettes are not safe, but they don't realize that e-cigarettes are just fancier looking ones. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about those 3 reasons and, my opinion of what we could do in order to stop this issue. So for the first one, because a friend or family member used them, the people we surround ourselves are our biggest influencers. So the more we educate, the less that our youth will be surrounded by these e-cigarettes, and hopefully this would help decrease the issue of vaping. Then that second reason, the availability of flavors. A big reason why these vapes seem so good is because of these flavors. With cigarettes, the only flavor that you have is tobacco. So it doesn't encourage kids to want to try it because, they associate it with, oh, that's a bad taste, I don't want to taste that. So it would help this issue a lot if we didn't have any flavored e-cigarettes. It would just be, tobacco flavor. And then that third reason of the belief that e-cigarettes are less harmful than other forms of tobacco, such as cigarettes. If we were to implement teaching about e-cigarettes in schools, I believe it would dramatically help the use of vaping. I know when I was in school, I didn't hear much about e-cigarettes. So if we were to implement, teaching about that, maybe this could help with the issue, and then they would realize that they're just as harmful, if not more, compared to cigarettes. Who inspired my program? So there's a company, Truth Initiative, inspiring lives free from smoking, vaping, and nicotine. They started up in March of 1999, and they've been advocating for a smoke-free younger generation for a very long time. They've set up many events, and they've even sponsored a lot of events that we've all probably gone to. I know I've seen that like tea at certain events that I've gone to, and usually they pass out swag and stuff like that. The behavior change theory that I think coincides with my project is the social learning theory. The definition of that is it's a theory of learning processes and social behaviors, which proposes that new behaviors can be acquired by observing and imitating others. Because I believe our biggest issue is that our youth is so heavily influenced by their peers. So this theory proves that if we were to better educate our youth, maybe this issue would not continue. So some strategies that I would use is visiting schools, sponsoring events, and having our posters around, and creating social media accounts. Some advantages of that is we would be directly reaching our youth at school and online. Not only would we educate our youth, but others would be able to see our ads and posters. We would hopefully be catching them early before they are exposed to vapes. So like I said, I'd be starting in junior high. So hopefully we would catch them before they even get to know one. We could recruit others who are passionate about this project to join us and spread around the world. Some disadvantages that we have. Due to the algorithm, our ads could potentially not be seen online. If we are too small of a project, our posters could potentially not be in a good spot to see at events. Students decide to not pay attention at events that we have at school, or we do not get as widespread, and vaping continues to be an issue for youth. So how I would measure the success of my project is if I were to attend schools, I can make a short little quiz that's about e-cigarettes to test their knowledge. And then after my presentation, pass out that same quiz and see if they're see if they're more knowledgeable about it, and see if the answers change. On our posters that we are able to post, we could put our social media accounts at the bottom of it, and we can see how big our following becomes. We can do a survey after we've been around for a while to see if the numbers of youth vaping has gone down. Is my project feasible? I believe that my project is feasible because I would be directly talking to the youth and reaching out to them. This project is very hands-on and hopefully will be seen as very helpful and inspiring. The amount of people that I need can start with just a few and then hopefully build into many. All you need to start a project is a few people who believe in it and then inspire other people who want to continue it. So then these are my sources. This is my first product. I decided to make a digital poster because you need something that catches the youth's eye. Sorry, I'm just going to move this. It's simple, but could entice people to look us up and find out more. And then as you can see, we have our social media at the bottom. And then my second product is an infographic. I decided to create an infographic that can be posted on our social medias and printed out to post around school and events. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but I will have it posted in my forum. But that concludes my presentation, and thank you so much.